Hi, hello. In this video we will see Radarc domain driving design in layer formula. We will start creating a new project from Radarc solution in the Visual Studio template and choose domain driving design in layer formula and adding some parameters to configure your Radarc solution, like the application name, namespace, and the database name. Now, all the basic structure of the projects and components of domain driving design in layer are deployed on the current solution. Once everything is deployed, we can take a look to the domain modeling project. Here we can find a domain-specific language, a graphical domain-specific language to build our domain. Here we can define our domain. We can create a module called orders, and we will be adding a class for orders. It will be an aggregate root with some properties. It will be also auditable, and we'll have order details as a related entity. We can continue adding more attributes. And also a stereotype to indicate auditable for orders. Different aspects can be defined with stereotypes. Now a second class describing order details, and here adding the relationship with the corresponding cardinalities, setting the composition and fixing the cardinalities. Now we have added more classes here to complete the model. And here we can show that the model also allows to indicate visibility properties for the user interface. Once the model is complete, now it's time for code generation. We save the model, open the Radarc panel. We can select what kind of asset we are interested in the code generation, but we will start generating everything and press the button generate. Now the generation process starts, and it will deploy all the assets that we need to create the application. Okay, in the output panel we can see the process of the deployment. Also in the Solution Explorer the files will be appearing. Now that the generation has finished. Okay, well, we can review the software asset that we have generated. Here we have repositories, the mapping files for the entity framework are generated here, one per entity. Here we can review the aggregate routes and the entities organized by aggregate routes in the domain project. Here are the services and DTOs, data transfer objects, and also DTOs, okay, and the application layer. For the user interface, we have an MVC project containing the controllers, the view models for each entity, and the views. Finally, all references, all third-party libraries are handled with NuGet. So now the project is ready to compile and run. We can also extend this code and extend with more classes in the extension points, or just press F5, compile, and run the full application to see this prototype running. Now we are starting the application. Here we have the application with the first screen with the login and authentication phase. Below that we have a menu with the aggregates in the menu. We can start selecting the product, showing list of products. Of course the database is empty and we have no information yet, so this is empty. We have a filter, a panel for the filter, and a grid for the result, but we can start creating a new product. Here we can provide the data needed to create a product with code, description, unit price, line amount, unit amount, and publisher. When we create the product and come back to the grid, here we have a list of products with the product we just created. Now we can move to the customer section and in the same way create a customer. Providing a code, a company, name, the title, and an address. Now we can create an order for this customer. And add the data needed to create the order. And now we can add all the details, the line with the products. And we can add units, amount, and the product. So here we are prototyping the UI. And with this we can conclude our demo. We have shown how to model and generate code with Radarc, in this case using the domain-driven design and layer architecture. If you are interested or want more information, please feel free to visit our website and check it out. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening.